this January, there are quite a few people who are trying to go plant-based. You've seen this probably on social media, Veganuary, hoping to enjoy a meatless month, maybe a meatless lifestyle. So we have health and cooking coach Tracy Childs joining us now. Good morning to you, Tracy.
Hey, good morning, everybody.
It's great to see you. I've been a fan of yours through Instagram, and thanks to your cookies, which we'll get to. But I'm excited to talk to you about helping people.
Feeling is mutual.
Well, thank you. I wanted, have you on so we could talk about Veganuary, a month of going plant-based. Hopefully, isn't too, daunting or intimidating for people. So, where do we start? What's some advice that you have for people, Tracy?
So my advice is just to get cooking.
Okay.
So here we go. But I think everybody should, take some time for themselves. And you're doing yourself a huge favor by doing this. You're doing a favor for the planet. You're doing a favor for the animals. But, bottom line is people do this and stick with it because they love it themselves.
Yeah.
And so I think that's the key is just to have fun with it. Just get out there and enjoy and go shopping and start looking around for all the amazing foods that are out there that you can try.
Okay, and there are quite a few that you are definitely, skilled at putting together. So before we, talk more about why, being plant-based is helpful, what are you cooking there? I see something steaming.
Yeah, so this is how you get your facial, it's like this budget facial. Get your water going. And what I'm doing is I'm making an Asian bean salad. This has been a favorite of my students over the years. And so I always love to show this recipe to them because it's delicious. It's got all the components that you need in it. A lot of people are worried about protein when they cut out the meat, cut out the dairy, because those are, huge sources of protein. But the thing to remember is, well, there's protein in all foods. And your beans and your veggies, your grains, they all have protein. So it's really not something you have to worry about, but it is filling.
Okay.
So especially beans are very filling because they're high in fiber.
Right.
And so I always said, instead of worrying about the protein, worry about the fiber. That's what Americans are short on. That's what we, aren't getting enough of.
Right.
And also phytonutrients.
What did you put in that pot?
I'm going to go ahead and put some beautiful carrots in my water here. So what I'm doing is I'm just cooking my edamame right now. So this is, easy. Just buy it at the store. Soy product. And surprisingly, you know what? People are afraid of soy, but soy is your friend. It's actually scientifically shown to, actually help you hormonally. That's not a problem. So soy, go for it. Tofu, edamame, go for the whole food sources. That's what I always tell people is to really, try to get the simpler foods as much as possible. You're going to do your body a huge favor if you go for the simple whole foods as opposed to the processed foods. Now, of course, in the vegan world, there's lots of great substitutes out there. And I do encourage people to, if they're really craving meat and they really think they can't, deal without it, then go ahead and try one of those burgers.
Yeah, there's a lot of options.
Or whatever.
Okay.
And you'll get satisfied.
Okay. Go ahead and make your bean salad.
I got my edamame. I'm going to go ahead and cook my carrots.
Yes. Okay.
Did you know that cooked carrots actually bring out the when you cook them a little bit, it brings out the beta carotene, makes it more available to your body. So. And
it tastes sweet. So you got your edamame, your carrots. Do we have
and I've got some corn here. Perfect. So this is frozen corn. Now I let it thaw out, but if you just using frozen corn, go ahead and put that in there and thaw it in with your water.
Perfect.
Thaw it in with your hot water.
I love all the colors.
And then kale. Kale is my favorite. And when I first went vegan back in 1990, I started doing lots of research, and I found out that your cruciferous vegetables, especially kale, collards, broccoli, are your best sources of plant-based calcium.
Okay.
So, 1990, I was pregnant with my son. I had my daughter in 95. So, I was hitting the kale and I wanted to make sure it tasted good. So I've been developing this over the years, and guess what? The best and easiest way you can do it is to get your boiling water going. and put it in there and tenderize it.
Okay.
So
tenderize. That's key with kale because
so
yeah, it can be rough.
This is available all year round. You can keep, buy it, but I'd say go ahead and do something with it as soon as you get it home.
Yeah.
And what I do is I actually parboil my kale and then put it in a little container, and then it's there, and I can eat it and add it to, all my foods, my soups, things like that. It's already cooked. But you don't want to overcook it. That's the important thing. So once you cook it, you can just kind of toss it in at the end.
Gotcha. Tracy, we only have a few seconds left. Do you want to show us the finished product, the bean salad?
We have a picture of it.
Okay, we can show the picture. I know there's a lot.
So I have done this. And what I do is I just rip it up and I put it in my water.
Okay.
Yep. And then when I take it out, I kind of just get it cool over here in my cold water. And I love this tool here.
There we go.
You see that?
Yes. Look at how bright and colorful that is. The beauty of real food, of
and then
plants.
you just kind of drain that cold water off.
Okay.
And then mix it with your dressing. So the dressing is real quick. It's just your rice vinegar. Let's see, where's my, here it is. Rice vinegar, a little bit of sesame oil, a little bit of Bragg's aminos. And that's why I also say to people is go for the flavors, find things that taste good.
Yeah.
Get authentic with the ethnic foods and have fun with it.
Okay, we're almost out of time. Show us your cookies.
All right.
There they are.
Cookies, Netta?
Yes, I love those. So tell us where we can find.
Is the company I started in response to the pandemic. And my husband and I were working on the brand and stuff, and I was already a cooking coach.
Thank you so much.
I just thought there's really a need for whole food, plant-based goodies, and believe me, these delicious. Ones are made with lentils, made with dates, made with they're gluten-free. Tracy'sRealFoods.com. We ship nationwide. Make a great gift.
I love it. Yeah, my daughter loves them. They're healthy cookies that I do not feel guilty.
Oh, and don't forget the Encinitas pop-up. There's vegan pop-ups going on all over the place. I recommend that you follow those things. Come by our booths. What is it? It's going to be this Saturday.
Okay.
Drop by and say hi.
You're so sweet, Tracy. You can tell you're passionate about what you do. Thank you for being on Tracy's Real Foods.
All right. Thank you, Netta.
Okay. Good to see you.